Good evening on the Purple Couch family. Welcome to the podcast. This is Bahia, and I am in the lovely Harare, Zimbabwe. You all know that we're on summer break, and I have had the honor of being the guest of Rufaro, the Annie Sloan stockist at Little Paris. I'm a little bit out of breath, so I'm going to take a second. Okay, I think I was moving a little bit too fast. Rufaro and I are in a lovely home and we're sitting by a fire. So you'll hear all this crackling. You might hear some kids in the hallway that we're trying to keep out. But anyway, the popping you hear is the fire. I am so excited to be here. It's been a great week and a half. And I want to introduce you all to my hostess. So you know that last week we did a workshop. Rufaro was very generous in allowing me to join her as she conducted a workshop. So I'm going to introduce you guys to Rufaro, and she'll just tell us a little bit about herself. Rufaro, welcome.
Right, hi, Bahia, welcome, and thank you for coming to Zimbabwe. So it's been fun having Bahia and family. I always say family because I love the two, Edward Senior and Edward Junior. So we've had Edward Junior more than Edward Senior because Edward Senior has only just arrived.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure.
Yeah. It has been lovely to see the Annie Sloan stockist in full effect. And what I love about the Annie Sloan brand is that all of us are different. If you see Rufaro, you've seen her picture. I don't have to tell you how elegant and glamorous she is. And if you see her shop, it is her. When you see her shop, it is her style. When you see On the Purple Couch Bahia, it is my style. But we all have this common brand that we sell, which surrounds colors and interiors and so forth. Rufaro, can you tell us a little bit how you got into the chalk paint and what do you bring to this Annie Sloan family?
Right. Right. What do I bring into this Annie Sloan family? I think I've always loved painting, so that's
I can see that.
Besides Annie Sloan paint, I've always loved interiors. I think from a young age I didn't realize I loved interiors, so I went to England University. For university, I was in Southampton. I've always painted furniture for a very long time. So this Annie Sloan brand came into it.
Okay.
Earlier on, before I knew Annie Sloan was a brand even, I used to use Annie Sloan paint.
Really?
Yeah, I did in
All
England.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it was just paint to me.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on to coming back home, because I'm a nurse in England.
Yeah.
I still practice as a nurse, so I think most people don't know that, but I still work as a nurse. But let's not talk about my nursing. Let's talk about painting. That's what we're here listening to. So moved back to Zimbabwe nearly 6 years ago now. And I had a bookshop with Alan, my husband. So we started this bookshop. And we got a bigger space for an opportunity to expand our bookshop. And we decided to paint our bookshelves in Annie Sloan.
Okay.
And the space was still too much, and then I decided, you know what, interiors have always been my passion, because I always had nice little pieces of furniture in the bookshop. We decided to also start selling furniture as part of this gift shop, bookshop, you know, as you see in France or in some places in the world, a very combined bookshop, gift shop type thing. So I had this dream in my head and decided to combine furniture, decor, and books.
And it's a beautiful representation. I really like your new shop, which is much larger.
It's much larger, but we still haven't put this idea together. We still want to have that very combined bookshop. So you will not see this on Little Paris yet. But that very traditional looking, I don't know if you call it traditional, but very bookshop, gift shop, very combined. And so you won't see the separation besides painted furniture, cushions, accessories, and books as well. Because I think those two things go very well together, just like fashion and books. I think decor and books go very well together. Anyway, painted bookshelves, painted some chairs, painted a few pieces, and really got to appreciate this paint.
Okay.
And that's when, we got chatting to the Annie Sloan community, and we lended ourselves Annie Sloan paints.
And you are, I should tell you guys, Rufaro is the distributor in Zimbabwe. And you guys have seen some pictures of Zimbabwe, a beautiful country. Of course, I've only been in Harare this particular trip, but a beautiful canvas within which you work. And I got the opportunity to meet a lot of your customers, and you're doing a lot of kitchens recently, and we in the States are doing a lot of kitchens. What colors are you guys using?
Right, I don't know, everybody in Zimbabwe, initially the best color that would have sold was obviously old white and Paris grey,
Right.
but we got to a phase where we sold a lot of Antibes green.
Ah.
But people love color in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
So we had, I think there's a lady who came to buy a whole few paints. That's all of our Antibes green stock. We don't really stock those colors in large amounts. So
Right.
all of our stock can be like 5
Right.
liters of
Right.
paint to paint her window frames.
Okay.
But from that on, we went on to an English yellow phase. Though we didn't sell that much English yellow, but then people still come back to the neutrals. I'm sure everywhere else in the world. So we've sort of like introduced the shop in neutrals mainly, just to get the paint accepted.
Yeah.
And just so people can visualize how they can see their home looking with the neutral colors. Then also introduce color in some aspects made with accent chairs or accent pieces. But favorite color, what I've been using most is the neutrals with accents of color, shall we call it, to introduce color to the people.
Okay.
And now it's their choice. Where they start buying neutral colors, they do start with the Paris grays, the French linens.
Right.
Then the next time the customer comes, they don't want Paris grey or French linen. They want their reds, Emperor silk. They want Antibes green. They want English yellow, and of late Amsterdam green.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. When you think about your work as a professional nurse that you trained, I know we're not going to talk about that, but I'm sitting here thinking, I'm sitting here talking to a mother of 3, a shop owner who is still working as a nurse, which is what she trained in, but still aspiring and living out this dream of yours. I'm calling it a dream. It's a reality. It's not a dream, of a bookshop, gift shop, now home decor. I don't want to ask a long question as to how did you get there, but how do you do it? Because I understand you still go to England quite frequently. Is that right?
Yeah, at least I got 2 to 3 times a year I go to England for my nursing. I haven't been, I think last 7-8 months, which is the longest I haven't been to England. Maybe a little bit more now. But before I used to go quite often. I haven't been, obviously, because we're quite busy at the shop now, and the brand, Little Paris is a brand, and the paints are getting quite popular, so you find I'm going listing. I don't have time to go to England as often as I would, as often as I should go, really. But yeah, my kids call me Superwoman. 1 minute I'm in a nurse's uniform, and the next minute I'm painting.
That's
and
amazing.
Then, yeah, we also have a big passion for books in our house, so yeah.
I think
And a bookshop.
Yeah.
So we're trying to. I'm not trying to combine nursing and Annie Sloan. That will never work out, I think. Or I can't imagine. You never know with Annie Sloan. But it's the bookshop, the books, and the paint and the home decor that we're just trying to. A nice homely home has books on the shelves. I always imagine that. I always say that to Alan. You know, he still thinks this bookshop and paint idea doesn't go very well together. But I think one day when it's out, I'll put it out on Little Paris and
let's see what he said.
Yeah.
One of the things I noticed when we work together, and this is what's so beautiful about the Annie Sloan brand, is that again we're all different. The weather is so lovely in Zimbabwe that you conduct your workshops outside. Is that true?
Yeah, we do.
Tell us a little bit about
paint
that.
outside. We're not really restricted to paint. We are restricted to painting inside. We don't have a very large, though. I shouldn't say we don't have a large, because I think our space is quite generous compared to some places I've been in the world. But we do have a nice covered veranda, which we do most of our workshops on. Then we've got the option to go and finish off our workshops outside under we've got large, you've been to the shop here, very large, huge trees.
Beautiful.
That we're very happy to have our workshops at and painting outside. Yeah, it just works for us. I know the paint dries quicker, so we tend to use a little bit more water to mix the paint, just to make it slightly thinner. But not necessarily. If it's too hot, we go back to the shade. We don't necessarily paint in the sun all the time because the paint dries a bit quicker. Yeah.
I want to recommend people check out Little Paris on Facebook and Instagram so you can see what I'm talking about. The skies here are beautiful. You've heard me talk about the weather. We're about 70s in the day Fahrenheit, and then we can go down to about 50s, 60s, 50s, 40s at night. But the house, Rufaro's shop, is a Spanish revival. And the yard is amazing. Pool. I mean, I had tea under the tree. It was just amazing. So I can only imagine doing a workshop and how beautiful that would be. One of the things you talked about is combining the different aspects of yourself in terms of the bookshop and home decor and whatnot. What we're finding in the States is that brick and mortar shopkeeping has changed quite a bit. And people have to make their shops a destination. And it's a destination and an experiential type of place. Are you finding any trends in terms of shopkeeping and brick and mortar here in Zimbabwe?
I don't know. I mean, we're not really in a central place like Bahia, I would say. We're not really in a big shopping mall. We're more of a destination shop, but the traffic is actually maybe more than it was when we were at central place.
But it seems like what you have been saying is that you're making your place a destination.
We are.
So that a mall is where everybody kind of goes, but when they come to you, they're coming to you.
They're coming to us.
And you're offering something special.
And we're offering something special as well. And you find when people come to us, they're coming because they're looking for us. So you find that it's more of your 90 to 99% customer because they're coming to you. They're not just passing by. They've actually made a plan to come to your shop.
To you.
So it works for us.
It's beautiful. Yeah. I'm going to close off with one thing. What I have found, it's an observation, and you can share a little bit about it. I find that with like many of us, Rufaro is extremely, is this a word? You live in many different places and spaces at the same time. You left Zimbabwe at 18 to conduct your studies in the States. You came back with your family. In the UK. You came back with your family and set up shop literally here. You're a businesswoman. This is not your first business. You're a professional woman. You bring so many aspects of an international life to your shop. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Right. I don't know whether I got this painting experience from England, though I used to paint with paints. And Annie Sloan paint, I've used it in England before we came here. I do bring a lot of English, shall we say, aspects to my shop. I'm not very, people would say I'm very European in my decor. I don't know. I don't think I'm 100% European. I've got a little bit of my own style. I don't know where to point it to, whether it's Zimbabwe, whether it's that I don't know, it's just me. I can't even put it onto anything. I've got friends who've lived in England. They still don't know where I got this from because they're very different. So I can't pinpoint my decor to traveling. Unfortunately, I can't. People would want to hear me say that I've traveled, I've lived in England, and this is where I'm getting this from. Of course, I've seen a lot of things. When you travel, you do see a lot. I mean, everything is on the internet now. Pinterest, wherever. You can be where you want to be with just social media, Pinterest, whatever you follow. Yeah, so I don't believe I learned what I've learned from
any particular place.
But it was obviously I've been inspired from traveling. But I don't believe it's 100%
from that.
I don't think so. I've never thought of it that way. Maybe it is.
Gotcha. Well, I think a lot of it is that we talk about a creative life, and maybe that's an aspect of you. These are some things that come from you, that within you, that you've seen, or just some things are just soul, things that just are part of who you are. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk with us. Anything last thing you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, going back to that traveling thing, I think since I've painted, maybe the more I visit other countries, the more I go to England, the more I go to South Africa even, it's just next door, the more I get inspired.
Awesome.
So it's not me, the years I've spent in England, but it's the more I know about, I mean, especially Annie Sloan, the brand itself, the more I know about Annie Sloan, the more I go to South Africa and see what they're doing there, the more I go to, then I just think this is what I want to do. This is my line of work. And I love it.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect. Rufaro, thank you for your time. Thank you for your hospitality, you and your family. It has been awesome being here in Harare. So as you guys know, we head out tomorrow for South Africa, and we'll be at Ned and Nancy's on Saturday. I'll probably be doing another podcast with the owner there. But for now, I'm really excited that Rufaro will be my first Annie Sloan stockist that I'm kicking this off with. Rufaro, thank you very much.
Thanks, Bahia.
You're welcome.
Thank you.